It's week 7 of our free D&D daily content. We got a whole bunch more Season 5 of Adventure League stuff, an adventure that takes you through the Shadowfell, and a bunch of encounters for Eberron. So if you want to see what those are and my thoughts on them, stay tuned. Actually go and look up what my last video is to see what week we're in for these, because I have no concept of time anymore. What's going on, folks? Ted from Immersion here, and let's just jump right over to the Wizards of the Coast website for their free material. So you can see on Monday here, we got Challenber's Descent, and this is one I referenced last week where it actually had done this before, where you go below the Challenber. So I had done a lot of these. I played almost every single one of these modules through a Whirlwind Convention weekend at MagFest years and years ago. So I'm actually quite familiar with a lot of these, so we can go over here and take a look at it here. It's your best platinum seller. Only 3 stars, though, for this one. Deep in the marsh, Challenber lies the ruins of a great wizard's tower. Seer has received intelligence, which she imparts via her emissary Sing, that deep beneath the marsh, in the remains of an old tower, is knowledge of older magics. This could be what Parnas needs to resist the onslaught of Bad Frul and his armies. I don't actually remember what happened, but I remember that I did this one. I think the magic item was a ring of swimming. Could be. Anyway. Next up on Tuesday, we got Riddle of the Raven Queen, which I went and downloaded just now because I had not played this one. This is a best platinum seller, 4.5 stars. Is known as now Adventure League legal, which is awesome. Any player content within is not AL legal, which I think it means. I don't know if that means the magic item or not, but this is a 8 to 12 hour adventure for 5th to 10th level characters. Task takes heroes from the elven village of Dripping Leaves in the Cormanther Forest, to a drow outpost to the Shadowfell. Along the way, they contend with new creatures and story elements found in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. You'll see there's a bunch of those. Product is written in the Adventure League style. Features 9 monsters from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, plus 1 original monster and 1 original magic item. So if we go over here, you can see it is written, and I mean the art on it is very nice. It says it's optimized for APL 8, so you can take characters from a decent chunk of levels if you start pretty low and work your way up. And it's very elvy based, and I'm a fan of elves, so I like that. It gives you a little background about some, the elven village and whatnot, but you see a bunch of different monsters, and I'll just do kind of a quick scroll through here. A lot of the standard 5e elf, art exists in this. There's a drow matron mother art. But yeah, I read through the adventure very, very, I skimmed through it, I guess I should say, and it does seem very well done. There are some puzzles and things as well. And the magic item is super cool. We skip to the end here. Actually, I should show you, you've got a couple of different maps and things. And there's that one unique monster, but the magic item is awesome. It's Wathern Falm, I think is how you pronounce it. So it's a longbow. It is a +1 longbow, but also functions as a +1 quarterstaff, which is very cool. And by whispering the bow's name and firing an arrow at a point you can see within 60 feet, you can cast Fairy Fire once per day, right? Well, it comes back on the next dawn. The Fairy Fire DC is 15, but hey, that's pretty awesome for anybody who might not have access to the Fairy Fire spell, like a fighter or something. It's a longbow with some cool side effects. I like it. Wednesday, we got Durlag's Tower and Durlag's Tomb. Now, this one I am very familiar with because this is a Tier 3 adventure, which means it's for characters level 11 to level 16. And I definitely played through these, and I got to play through these back-to-back. So they're sort of it's one adventure, and then you basically are continuing that adventure into the next adventure. So in my mind, the best way it should be played is if you play both of these back-to-back. And that's what I did, and I had a lot of fun doing so. East of Baragos, nestled in the outskirts of the Wood of Sharp Teeth, Durlag's Tower has intrigued and yet stymied adventurers for decades. Studded full of mechanisms, mechanical traps, and arcane warrens, and rumored to be inhabited by fiends, very few have managed to extract any real treasure from the former home of Durlag Trollkiller. However, a powerful item in the ancient fight against the giants is said to be used there, and the cloud giant Baron Rajaram has committed significant resources towards recovering it. After a pleasant tea in her garden, Seer calls upon you to beat him there and stop his efforts. So this is the first time I'd actually gotten a chance to play a Tier 3 module in Adventures League, which was pretty cool. And it is very interesting. There's some pretty powerful magic items. Also, if you're an Adventure League character, there's some cool like story rewards around like possibly being able to get like a Quasit as your actual canonical familiar without having to be a warlock. So that's Durlag's tower. And then Durlag's tomb. So you get into the tower, you do the thing, and then eventually if you do the right stuff, you descend below the tower into the tomb. And it basically has the exact same text for it, and it is part 2 of 2. This one has a lot of really cool traps and some dwarven, like a dwarven holy water thing. And yeah, as you can see, I mean, I'd say that the reviews 4 stars, and I will tell you that I did enjoy. I had more memories and more fun in Durlag's tomb than I did in Durlag's tower. So that's only got 4 out of 5 stars for 53 ratings, but the tomb has 4.5 out of 5 for 46 ratings. So I'd say that that kind of speaks for itself. And then Thursday, we got Encounters in Sharn, which I actually did have. I should probably, let's just download it real quick. We can pull it up and look through it. Come on. All right, well, let's go back and read what it says. Welcome to the City of Towers. This premier Eberron supplement from the DM's Guild add brings you 12 mini adventures for your 5e 5th edition set in Sharn. The mini adventures are made for characters of level 1 to 10 and focus on intrigue, incitement, and noir of Sharn. It's meant to be used with Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron. Remember when that was still a thing? So we have these 10 different encounters. We got a Fight Club meet Carnival style episode for 3 to 5 characters. Chase Through the Skies for levels 5 to 10. A woman walks into the adventurer's office begging for help, but not as well as what it seems for levels 1 to 4. Assassination in a Potion Factory episode for levels 1 to 4. First to 3 linked episodes. And characters find a cleric of the Silver Flame who went missing in the underbelly of Sharn. Then in the dim light of Dragon Shards, the characters uncover something evil. And then what happened to the cleric of the Silver Flame, the characters are about to find out. The lightning rail chase is it's a lightning rail chase. Interesting. So it's like a train kind of thing. Story follows the adventurers throughout their time in Sharn with encounters for 3rd, 5th, and 9th level to unravel a mystery with a goblin stab. Junkyard showdown. Heist in progress. And when a courier turns up dead in the streets, it's up to the characters to figure out who did the deed. So it is a bunch of clearly like mystery noir based encounters. So I downloaded it here. You saw me just do that. It is still free. Everything is still free as of the time of me making this video. So hopefully, if you see it, that'll be covered there. So let's just take a look. Do we have any appendices? We do have some monsters here in this appendices. Does not look like we have a special appendices for. So just a little nitpick. Shouldn't the appendices be around the end? Not. I don't know. Oh, I guess it's just by tier. Never mind. Let's take a look at the new monsters. Actually, I don't know if any of these are Eberron based at all. A lot of these look like they're Volos Guide. This one may be. Let's go back up and take a look at one. I mean, if you saw the people that were involved in it, it looks like it's going to be very well done. I'll be honest, I didn't get a chance to read through this, so I can't really speak to it too much. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is last day on Friday. We got Giant Diplomacy. This is the one that I talked about early that has like the hot dog eating contest. Mentioned in one of the earlier videos. This one is very fun. So this is 4.5 stars out of 5, 71 ratings. Seer has has learned of an attempt to intimidate Gralm and Etten and his followers into joining Brad Ferul's army. Singh comes forth to communicate that she wants you to see if you can find some way to ensure Gralm remains neutral or to encourage the creature to challenge Bad Ferul to single combat in the hopes that he might wrest the control of the giant's forces and turn them back from Parnast. So this one has, I think, pig ups, which is basically like deadlifting giant boars is part of it. hot dog eating contest, and like those are like you could challenge to open like single combat, or you can do the more fun RP version of like trying these different like end games and seeing if you can beat them in basically feats of strength. It's pretty cool. I really enjoy that. And it has a really cool story reward, which I will read to you because my character has it and I think it's great. Satyr training. Prince Thornatius has heard more of your great deeds through his servant Blasios. The latter invites you to come on a vision quest, quote, with him in the Forgotten Forest. If you do so, you may spend 5 downtimes days to engage in revelry and seeking out your inner self. Once, if you fail a saving throw against poison, you may call upon your Fey teachings to succeed on the throw instead. So that was a really cool concept because you could go back and train with them again in between adventures for downtime days to have this ability that if you fail a saving throw against poison, you can just auto succeed. And I really like that. That's the kind of fun little things I enjoy about the Adventures League. More so than just like playing adventures and gaining loot and stuff, I really enjoy like the fun little quirky aspects of it, like those story rewards, and then like the more unique, interesting magic items. Like I think I have one from Waterdeep where I have like a pet cat that if the Waterdeep guards are going to find me, I can use my story reward and the cat will go distract the guards and then I can get away. Very cool stuff. So that's week 7 of free D&D daily content. The Riddle of the Raven Queen one looks like it's really fun, and it does take you all over the place. And if you're unfamiliar with the Shadowfell, it'll be a pretty good intro into that, so that could be good. And then if you're going to play in Eberron and you don't really know where to start, the encounters in Sharn is a good place to do so. And like I said, a lot of these Season 5 adventures, I just have nostalgia for because it's my first time truly playing Adventures League. And like I said, I did them all in a weekend and played as much as I possibly could at MagFest, which is a video game convention and music convention. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. So let me know what you think of all this stuff in the comments below. I know these videos don't do too well, but I still want to make sure I continue to cover them. It also makes my Saturday morning very easy when I don't have to think of a video to make. I wanted to say I put it out on some social media, but I want to start doing Twitch watch parties. If you're unfamiliar, Twitch launched this watch party function, which since Twitch and Amazon are owned by the same company, it's basically the entire Amazon library. So I can go and on Twitch without any fear of copyright, pick anything that's available on the Amazon Prime Video library and watch it and stream it live and watch it with you together. So I want to start doing that probably about once a week if I can. So leave, let me know if you're interested in that. And 2, leave suggestions in the comments if there's something you would want to watch with me. And it could be pretty much anything. We could do an ongoing thing like start a series like, I don't know, Star Trek The Next Generation or something like that. And start watching through every episode together. Or we could do one-off movies and then, pick, I don't know, we could pick a really good movie. We could pick a really bad movie. Whatever you want to do. So let me know. Shout out once again to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me in all that you do. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you all next time.